Good evening, Gills fans. Welcome back to the latest episode of Gills in the Blood TV. It is another Thursday, which means another weekly roundup and another match preview with these two gentlemen. How are we, boys? We all right?
Yeah, all good, thank you.
Good. Not a lot to report again, unfortunately.
No,
I've made some notes.
quiet week.
Transfer activity.
What
None.
transfer activity?
A couple of rumours. Not a lot else happening. It's more in terms of what's not happening and who's being allowed to leave rather than anyone coming in at the moment.
In regards to the transfer stuff, we keep being told certain things that we're looking to get, like for instance this week we was looking to get players in before Burton, and now it doesn't look like it's happening. This is the problem, like previous seasons we've not said anything and then people moan because there's no news coming out of the club, but now Evans is the type of manager where he's communicating with the fans, but
Now nothing's happened, we're getting
Now
moaned at
nothing's happened.
because everyone goes, oh, we've promised.
yeah. But that's the nature of football, isn't it? Things change, and you know, some of the players that might have moved on this week could have been ones we was interested in. You just don't know, do you?
Yeah, and I think, and with the Premier League and the Championship window now shut, I think obviously their squads are now set. They know what they can do with their numbers, and they know what they can move out, isn't it? So I did notice it's just a complete shot in the dark. Cardiff brought in another centre forward today from Birmingham. Is it Isaac Vassell?
Yeah.
So that means they've probably got a couple surplus to requirements, a couple that have played under
You
Steve
said
Evans
Bogle, didn't you? But he scored at the weekend.
Did he score in that game?
Yeah.
I don't think he started, but
Yeah,
it's
no, he
just
came on, I'm sure he scored.
he just seems to have been very sort of nomadic since he left Grimsby, unfortunately. There's another one there. Is it Danny Ward that's played under Evans at Rotherham a few seasons ago?
That low,
But
you never know.
well, I think he played League One for Rotherham, didn't he? But that was just me sort of thinking out loud. But big news really this week seems to be more about who's been allowed to leave. Last week it was Callum Riley. What odds on Darren Oldacre turning up at Wimbledon? Although wasn't he rumoured to have been chased by Billericay at some point last season?
2 seasons ago.
And you know what Mr. Tamplin's like for getting attention, so maybe that would be an option.
See the strikers he brought in from League Two? Is it Matt Green and Matt Reid, isn't it?
Matt
Yeah,
Reid
he's also
from
brought
Lincoln,
in Gavin
Yeah.
White, who's ex-Oxford. I think he was as well, wasn't
Gavin White went Cardiff, didn't he?
he? Was it Gavin? It was someone else. It was Gavin something, I'm sure it was. Maybe completely wrong. Anyway, Darren Oldacre, thoughts, gentlemen? What are we thinking? Right decision, wrong decision? Wait and see?
Well, we had a conversation about it in our little WhatsApp group the other day, didn't we? And we both kind of said that I personally see him as a bit of a luxury player. Don't get me wrong, he's young, he's developing, but for the here and now, I don't think he's ready for League One football. I still think he gives the ball away too much for this level, as was shown in some of the friendlies, which you could tell by Evans' reaction he wasn't happy with because he wants the team to keep the ball. I'd be more in favour of him going out on loan and seeing where it goes, but Evans is the here and now type of manager, and he probably wants a bit more wages freed up, don't he?
I was going to say, that's the thing, isn't it? If we get him off the wage bill, Boz, and it means we can get in a good established League One midfielder, then obviously it would make sense. So we're all, again, we're estimating.
Wage-wise, he's not going to be on massive money, is he?
Yeah, but if we're shifting 2 or 3 out, it could be the difference between getting one. You know what I mean? If Stevenson goes, Reese goes, Riley went, Oldacre goes, suddenly that's probably 4 wages gone. We could probably get 2 league players in, maybe. I can see the thinking behind that.
I'm still not convinced we need another centre midfielder. I know Evans has said it, but I don't think we do.
So how many have we got? We've got Cisse, O'Keefe, Byrne, Willock. There's only 4 if we're looking at
The whole season.
as centre midfielders. That's 2 in each position. But yeah, I suppose you could include Regan Charles Cook in that, but he's slightly further forward. And Evans did allude to one coming in, didn't he, when he said about Oldacre leaving. So I think there's obviously someone.
Yeah, I think, well, even as far back as the open mic night, it was quite clear that he didn't like the centre of the park. He felt it was too easy to play against, and maybe, from what I just said, with Oldacre giving the ball away too much, maybe he doesn't feel he's the type that can be a squad player and chip in with a few.
I remember
people.
even at Faversham he berated him, didn't he? Because we come and
Second
sat with
half,
you
wasn't
second half, and he tried to ping some sort of diagonal, and it went behind Hodgson, I think, at right back, or Nathan Thomas was out that side. Remember him? And Evans went mental and shouted, DJ, just keep the ball, just keep the ball. I think there was a ball onto Amar, I think at centre half or something. He could have just rolled it across to him, but
I don't think there's any doubt in his talent
and his
quality.
talent.
I was going to say, I've got stuck between talent and quality.
Oh, I thought you stuck between talent. I can't even talent and mentality.
This has gone really well. This bit.
Mentality.
He's in a bit of a similar mode.
Help us out, boss.
I'll keep it serious. Yeah. I wonder if he's in a little bit of a similar mould of Dean Parrott, where when he's good, he's very good, but there's no in between. Parrott was either excellent or bloody awful, from what I remember.
Talking to Dean Parrott, apparently was excellent for 42 minutes on Saturday.
Apparently so, yeah.
And
He
then
got rave reviews, didn't he? Even when I
got
was
injured. So
I was surprised when it came out originally, but then the more you think about it, the more sense it makes.
that's the thing, and it's always hard to tell until we get the replacement in and we see us play a few more games, and obviously we can't really make a proper judgment, can we, like we said about all of it. But one person who seemingly is not coming back to the Gills is this man coming up on your screen. Matt Jarvis not happening then, it seems. Mr Evans come out in the press last week and said, start of this week, and said he done well in training last week. They wanted to take a bit more time with him, understandable, I'd imagine, because of the injury problems. And he seems to think that Matt Jarvis has gone somewhere else because he's not been in this week. So I think it's one we put to bed. Move on and look at other targets, yes or no?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to. I think last week when we pushed, we said we'd sign him, but I think a lot of it was out of sentimental value. Obviously, his quality, but it's just the injury record, and he's just talking about wages and players being free for the squad. If you're going to spend wages on someone that you can't guarantee is going to last the season,
so you don't want to waste a wage, do you?
Yeah, you know, as we said last week, in an ideal world, if you get 30 games out of him, you'd probably take him. But I do get the feeling that maybe it was like a panic thing from Evans. Thomas went back. He suddenly thought, what have we got? We know Jarvis is looking for a club. We know the fans like him. Yeah,
he was probably in a no-lose situation for a few days, Evans.
Yeah, I wonder if it was ever a goer at all, to be honest.
Well, I suppose it depends on the rest of the transfer window as well. Evans wants another 3-4. He might not be able to get all 3 or 4 for whatever reason, whether availability or wages, and maybe that's one
that could become an option again.
Could become an option.
Couple of weeks down the line, I suppose. Yeah. How long we got now? What is it today? We've still got ages, haven't we? Still about another 4 weeks. Yeah, virtually the best part of a month. So it's no rush. Anyway, that's it in terms of news throughout the week. Big one coming up on Saturday is this lot visiting us. A repeat of last season's first home fixture. Burton Albion come to Kent on the back of losing their opening game 1-0. We did watch the highlights. I don't know if you two gentlemen did.
Yeah, saw him.
Mr Holy had a slightly shaky debut by all accounts. Managed to keep a clean sheet. Nearly kicked one against the centre forward that nearly rolled back in his own net. And come for a little bit, a couple of crosses and looked a little bit suspect. First day nerves, Davey nerves, are we putting that down to?
Yeah.
He was like that when he first joined us, I think, in fairness to him, weren't he? So, different defenders,
we
different
said before,
environment.
He lets things get in his head, doesn't he? So if he thinks he's signed for a big club mentally,
he's probably thinking there's less margin for error, But, I think he
will come good.
Oh, I think he'll be a solid keeper at this level. But I don't think we're missing as much as Tom Evans.
The guy I've written from Wolves, isn't it? Will Norris?
Is that who they've got in? Cause what's his name? Bart. Has now eventually has finally gone to Millwall. So
yeah, they brought in Will Norris, who was ex-Cambridge before he went to Wolves.
Don't know much about
him. Decent in League 2, but I don't think he'll play much Championship.
So you imagine he's going to be the backup and he'll probably be the Joe Walsh equivalent for them. Anyway, we're not playing Ipswich. Gone off a little bit of a tangent there. Burton lost a couple in the summer. Big names who did well from last season. Carl McFadden, Dean, so I don't know how you pronounce it, went to Coventry. And Marcus Harness. This was the lad I was talking about last week. I couldn't think of his name. He's the wide man that's gone to Portsmouth to replace Jamal Lowe. Highly rated. 1-6.
Out as well, haven't they?
Oh, he's retired, hasn't he? Yeah, retired. A weird statement.
It's to do with mental health, isn't it?
Yeah.
And racism.
Yeah. I think there was a couple of backhanded digs at people in there, which is understandable if you're suffering that on a regular basis, and it's something I don't think we should be still talking about in this day and age, but unfortunately we seem to be a little bit more than we have in the last few years, but that's probably for another show. 6 games they won away from home last season in the league, so they're about as decent away as we were at home, to be fair. So 3-1 at the Priestfield last season, 2 for Tom Eves and
Luke O'Neill.
Oh yeah, Luke O'Neill special. After they'd taken the lead. So I don't know if Mr Bywater is still their number 1 keeper. He was in goal last season.
He's gone.
No, he's still on the books, unless that wasn't updated on the websites that I looked at today.
Brought in The guy who had last season, who was at Chelsea, he's gone alone to the Championship, and they've got another young keeper from the Premier League.
Oh, I know you mean, yes.
I'm struggling to think of the name.
Blackwell?
Is
Is
it?
that the Chelsea keeper that was there on
Jamal
loan?
Blackman?
Jamal Blackman, that's it,
Is
yeah.
it?
Maybe Barwell was just there as backup and some sort of coach then. But in terms of threats, I think it'll still be Liam Boyce. I think he was comfortably their top scorer last season, but they got no Stephen Quinn, who got sent off on the opening day. So
They lost was it Jamie Allen as well. He was a centre mid who was a lot of, I know on D3, D4, I talk about him a lot.
might have done. I might have missed that one.
They say he was one of the best in the league.
Has he gone Championship?
Yeah, I believe, yeah.
He's gone Barnsley, has he? Am I thinking Barnsley?
Could be Barnsley. You might want to know these promoted teams, yeah.
So yeah, so in terms of stats, there's not a lot because there's only one game been played and we drew ours 1-1. And yeah, last season they weren't great away, we weren't great at home. So team news looks to be a full quota to pick from, aside from Mr. Zakwani still, who will be out for another month or two, I imagine. 11s. Would you change it? Would you change the system?
I wouldn't, but I think Emma's made one or two.
I wouldn't change too much from last week. I'd keep that. Just the thing, I'd keep that front three behind the lone striker. But we said in the video on the Matchday Live last week, possibly at home we're looking to go two at top.
That was
Two
my
at
thing
top,
that I wasn't sure about whether to go 4-4-2. I haven't changed it. I've kept the system the same as you said.
Well, I like the system.
The system worked very, very well for 46 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that goal killed it. And second half, we just didn't get out of our own half, really, did we? I've gone with the same team, aside from, don't come at me, Gills fans. I've taken out Barry Fuller and I've put Bradley Garston as a naturally left-footed left-back. That would be my 11.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Also, depending on the system, if we do go the same system as last week, I'd be tempted to bring Mandram in from the start.
Instead of Hanlon?
Instead of Hanlon, which is potentially a bit harsh, but I just felt he was left isolated a bit too much last week. I think it's hard for him to play that type of role because it's not a role
He's still learning it, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it would suit him. I think he probably needs a partner alongside him, but then...
That's how he spent all last season, wasn't it, with predominantly Tom Eaves next to him. So
I think regardless of the system, I think Mantrum comes in.
So what would you go with then? Would you stick with a 4-2-3-1 or would you go be brave and
I would be
lose a
brave
midfielder and go
I
4-4-2?
would go two up.
So who would you take out then? I'm assuming it'd be one of O'Keefe, Cisse or Regan. Very harsh.
See, yeah, it would be. See, you guys on your video, you said O'Keefe was really good. Listen to the commentary. All I done was say he's misplacing passes. And
I said he misplaced a couple first
half.
half and he tried to hold on it a couple of times to create space, but we thought in terms of off the ball, I thought he was really good. He broke up play.
Centre mids were both solid enough, and like you say, they broke up play, and there did look a more solid, compact midfield as opposed to last season. So.
And again, like we say with everything, if it comes back to their League One footballers, Stuart O'Keefe's dropped to League One for a reason. If he was doing a pass completion rate of 95%, then he'd probably be in the Championship or bottom in Premier League, but he's not for a reason. So, got a new to take out. Come on.
See, I want to say Yakubian. It's really harsh because he scored.
So who would you go Charles Cook from the side?
Yeah.
He was excellent last week, Yakubia.
I don't like the thought of dropping Hanlon, but I think that's what Evans may do.
So you've gone back to 4-2-3-1.
I want to go 4-4-2, but I think Evans.
So what would your team be? 4-4-2? Come on,
yes,
man.
mine would be, yeah.
This is why he's not a manager.
So you'd have Regan Charles Cook from the left wing?
He's done what I've done last week.
Maybe I'll just drop Charles Cook. I don't know. I want two up front myself.
Right.
So who's he taking out?
Can we have to? He's still not. He's dubbing an R, isn't he? Fridge Raiders, Shreddies. Is it a takeaway? Is it not a takeaway? Ooh, upmarket, posh lad. Anyway, if you don't know what we're talking about, go and check out Gills in the Blood Injury Time podcast. There's a little plug. Substitutes. I'm going to be even more controversial. I've got Matty Willock onto the bench, which means I've left Barry Fuller out completely.
I'd keep Fuller in.
Yeah,
if you're asking me out of them subs who I'd have to drop, for me it's either Marshall or List, personally.
So you'd get Willock in?
I'd get Willock in,
and you'd lose Marshall or List?
Marshall or List.
I suppose if you're basing it on last week, it'd have to be List, wouldn't it? Because he was probably slightly worse of the two.
Yeah, very disappointed with List last week.
I'm asking you, Cross.
No, I think Willock does come onto the bench, but I'm not sure he drops out. I think, logically, you're saying Fuller. I think it could be Fuller or Garmson, depending on what way he goes.
Interesting. Some stuff to talk about.
Home form.
Home form needs to improve massively, doesn't it? Like we just touched on and said that we were pretty crap at home. last season. Burton were pretty crap away. I don't know why I did that in a South African accent.
I thought it was Scouse.
But, I can do Scouts, that's going on the CV. Anyway, it simply has to get better than it. We have to make Priestfield a harder place to come and play football. We have to make it a place where teams don't fancy turning up on a Saturday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday on a very rare occasion. How do we change that? Winning football matches, I suppose, but easier said than done.
Yeah, I think it's important we get off to a good start, personally, just to change the dynamics from last season. Ideally, a similar type of result to last season, I think could get us off to a good start. Yeah, but
and the
it's just
frustrating
building on
thing
it.
is, potentially, this could be our last home league game of the month.
Yeah.
Judging by the breaking news that has just come out tonight.
Well,
Got Blackpool
we all
as
think
well.
Barry's done, don't we?
Oh, sorry, we've
Blackpool.
got Blackpool, yes, on the
Tuesday.
Tuesday night, so I'll shut up.
Rather than that,
We could have two games potentially that are off now, couldn't we? Because it looks highly likely that Bury,
yeah, I can't see the Bury one going ahead, personally.
there doesn't seem to be any hope, does there, for them,
But their owner
unfortunately.
seems very stubborn, doesn't he? He's refusing to sell up.
I think we touched on it,
He's just blaming every statement from him is he blames the EFL.
and the EFL blame him.
Yeah.
So just stop banging your heads together, do something about sorting the football club out, surely, and then have a fight about who's to blame.
It makes more sense for him to sell because he'll get a bit out of it. Whereas at this rate, he's not going to have a club, so he'll have no money.
Well, someone said today though, if the club goes out of business, he's then got the land and he's free to sell that to whoever he wants. Is he that scummy? I don't know
He's
the ins
like
and
to
outs,
think
but on the surface, he just comes across as a really shady character. And then in the last sort of hour, the EFL have released another statement on behalf of, was it Bolton's administrator?
Yeah.
Paul Appleton, isn't it?
Who's basically said the bloke who's meant to be buying out, Ken Anderson, something's happened and he's now not allowed to. So it seems that Bolton are in a similar situation to Bury, which is it 14 days they get now to prove that they can carry on, or they
Bolton
just
got-
get expunged? Is that the right word?
Bury have been told it's either you play, I presume it's our game.
Well, I think
or
they've had their
cup
three
game.
now, aren't they? You're I think it's 3 suspensions, and then they have to make the call to say yes or no.
If Bury
So that's
don't
done.
provide the funds, then they're gone, sadly.
And Bolton are not going to be too. I don't know. I'm not sure because obviously they played a game, but we don't know the ins and outs. But bottom line is,
Bolton have still got to go
just
to
not
court
right,
about
is it?
that thing, haven't they? So
it looks like they're going to appeal it and see what they can do. So anyway, we went off another tangent there, gentlemen. Home form. How do we improve it?
Winning games, as you said. And obviously, depending on how these season ticket numbers have gone, we should get an idea on Saturday. Hopefully, we'll have a decent atmosphere.
I think we need to help them out a bit more, don't we? We need to make our players want to play at home. I think we've probably been guilty, us included. I'm not taking us three out of that and saying that we're whiter than white or whatever, but of probably getting on players' backs. But the trouble is, Stocky, is it's some sort of vicious circle. Players are not playing well, so we get frustrated as fans because we're not winning football matches. So then we turn up with a negative mindset. As soon as someone misplaces a pass, we get
You
on
know
their
what
back.
doesn't help, right, is like we come out, you know, and it's always a good feeling about a place when we come out, we kick off and then we kick the ball straight out. And I see on the Doncaster vlog from your guy last week, we kicked the ball straight out.
I just launched it straight out for a throw-in like a rugby tactic. But yeah, we just need to get out of this cycle of us maybe being too quick to jump on players and then hopefully they'll relax a little bit and we start winning more football matches. But yeah, it'd be nice if we could beat Burton and then beat Newport on the Tuesday. That would give us a very early bit of momentum, I'd imagine. Other than that, any other ideas?
no, I think
Start with 12 like Boz suggests,
Yeah, I think-
so he can get all his players into the team.
I think it's just as simple as winning games, isn't it? That's really what it comes down
It
to.
is, yeah, because it breeds confidence.
Like you say, we've got to do our bit by being there pre-match and being up for it.
Cheering them on, not getting on
Good
their case
atmosphere,
as soon as someone mislays a pass or whatever. And yeah, like Boz said, I think fingers crossed, hopefully there'll be a decent amount of people in there. It seems all the noise is coming out of the clubber that season tickets have gone quite well. I don't think they bring massive numbers, do they? But
No, they're not.
I think if we can get it up and around the sort of the 5,500, 6,000 like it was a couple of years ago, then that'd be all right, wouldn't
I
it?
think it might be just because he's having his first league game at home. Whether
Yeah.
that carries on or not, I don't know, but I think a lot of people might turn up just
Again,
because
that
it's
depends
Evans.
on results, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And talking of results, it is that time. Ultimate question: how long do you need to get a prediction?
I've got mine, and
Oh,
we've both
good lad.
seen yours already, so no way you're hiding that.
Oh, okay. Right,
Wow, killjoy.
I'm going to go for, because he's already seen it, 2-1 to Gillingham, and I'm saying Brandon Hanlon and Mikael and Jolly to score in a win. Stocky.
I'm going to go 4-1.
Whoa.
4-1
2.
To
nil.
us.
Oh right, I thought that was. I'm going to go 4-1.
No, 4-1. We're going to win 4-1.
Jesus
Jakubiak,
Christ, we've been drinking.
Jakubiak, Hanlon, and Mandron's going to get 2.
The big man.
Normally you sit on the bench and go for a draw usually.
He was right last week, so leave
He
him alone.
was, yeah.
Bang on.
I would go 1-0 and Jolly.
Clean sheet.
I'm going with a clean sheet.
Only
said
kept
his
one
name.
all summer, haven't we? Only kept one all summer.
Did we?
Yeah,
Darth Folkestone, I think.
it was
That's
a good
it.
finish last week, wasn't it? Not excellent defending, but it was a good finish.
Yeah, Hanlon done really well in fairness to him because a lot of people missed that. He was the one that got in front of the centre half and managed to flick it around the corner for Njoli, and then there was potential.
I'm on about a Doncaster goal, but
Oh, I thought we was talking about Jakubiak.
No, he's talking about followed on from a clean sheet and he
I
said
said their
their
goal.
goal.
Oh,
was
sorry.
decent, yeah.
Good evening, Jules fans. Welcome back to Doncaster in the Blood with Mark Alder. Anyway,
Oh, he's turned it around the new interest.
4-1, 2-1, 1-0 and a clean sheet,
And 12 players.
and 12 players. So no excuses, Mr. Evans, if it goes wrong, if Boz picks your team. Right, we're done. Thank you very much. As always, you know where we are, down there on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Come and find us, tell people about us. If we can get to 1,200 subscribers on YouTube before kick-off, that'd be amazing. I think we need 14 or 15 or 16, something like that. Anyway, we will see you Saturday for Match Day Live. And until next time, up the Gills.